Now, I feel like I already know what the consensus is for what people think on Gotham Knights, but with everything we've seen so far, I thought of talking about whether or not if Gotham Knights will end up being amazing or horrible upon its release this October. Make sure to comment down below on what you guys think the game will end up being like. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more Gotham Knights content from now on. And if you're not subscribed, then you won't get to see my next video on 5 villains we might see in Gotham Knights 2 days from now. Now, let me just get my direct answer out of the way. I think that Gotham Knights will unfortunately lean a little bit more to the bad side of things than the good side of things. I don't know if the game will end up being amazing or horrible. None of us know. Most people think that the game will end up being horrible based off of everything we've seen so far for the game, and some people think that it could end up being amazing, potentially better than Batman Arkham City. It kind of hurts me to admit this, but in no fucking way I think that Gotham Knights will end up being a goated game. Hopefully, this game we've all been waiting 7 fucking years for ends up being amazing. I don't want anyone playing a game that they think is bad. I want them all to be playing a game that they think is great, and hopefully Gotham Knights surprises a lot of people with how good it could potentially end up being. I'm saying that the game might lean a little bit more to the bad side of things than the good side of things for a few reasons. One, most people are seeing the gameplay and graphics for Gotham Knights and they're not really a fan of it, and if they're all still hating on this stuff in October, then that's just gonna suck for WB Games Montreal's sake. Two, WB Games Montreal is making it, and their last game, Batman Arkham Origins, wasn't praised all that well for most people, so their track record isn't the best, but hopefully that doesn't matter since they've had the last 9 fucking years to make this. Maybe less time actually, since they started working on Gotham Knights after the Damian Wayne game was cancelled. 3, the story for the game might end up being predictable and disappointing. WB Games Montreal made Joker the main villain in their last game, which seemed pretty obvious and predictable after the game first started mentioning his name, and fans weren't really a fan of Joker's inclusion in there. And there's already story predictions out there for Gotham Knights, like Batman not really being dead and him actually being a Talon. I don't know if Batman is actually dead or not, and if he's actually a Talon, I think that would be pretty cool to see him being a fucking Talon, but I don't know if WB Games Montreal should go down that path. They already had a predictable twist in their last game, and I don't know if they should do a twist in this game as well, because if they did actually have a twist, then people would just say, oh, well, that twist is pretty fucking obvious, guys. Really? You made 2 predictable twists in a fucking row now? Come on, guys. Just a reminder, if you liked this video so far, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want more content like this from me in the future. But if there isn't a twist and Batman actually is dead, then there's gonna be fans out there complaining on why the fuck is Batman dead? Now, I don't want to dive too deep into what I think will happen in the story and all that. I'm still on the fence on what I think will happen, and I'll probably save that for another video, so make sure to leave a comment if y'all would want to see that or not. There was a twist in Batman Arkham Origins. People weren't really a fan of it all that much. There was a twist in Batman Arkham Knight. People weren't really a fan of it all that much either, and another DC game with a predictable twist that might end up being disappointing? I don't know, guys. Now, like I said, the general agreement for what I've heard on Gotham Knights is that the game looks horrible so far, and personally, I disagree. I think that with everything I've seen so far for the game, I think that the game looks pretty good. I've also heard this comparison from everyone out there that Gotham Knights looks just as bad or even worse than Marvel's Avengers, and it will bomb harder or even as badly as that shit show. I've been hearing this comparison for the game ever since DC Fandom 2020 when Gotham Knights first got revealed. And when I hear or even see many of the comparisons that people are making with Gotham Knights to Avengers, I can see them, and I can understand why those people think that Gotham Knights just looks like a DC version of Marvel's Avengers. There's also people out there comparing this game to Batman Arkham Knight, saying that the gameplay and the graphics for that game look fucking 69 times better than the gameplay and graphics we have for Gotham Knights so far. And I do agree with that statement, but I don't really care for any of their comparisons all that much, because I'm acknowledging Gotham Knights for what it is now, and I'm treating it as its own thing and not a carbon copy or downgrade to any other games that may be out there. Now, I'm out here hoping that the game will end up being amazing and all that, but I am expecting the game to be quite underwhelming for everyone who plays it, actually. And from everything we've seen so far, I still think Gotham Knights looks pretty good for what it is, and hope it's even better when I play it, but I think it will end up being a game everyone will meme on several years from now. But that's just me. Comment down below what you guys think the game will be like. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want more Gotham Knights videos from now on. See you next time, you beautiful bitches.